what I wanted. I'd like to go back to what the other Jonathan said about writing mathematics and being able to explain it in speech. And I think I must have read the same or similar book, which is that we are talking predominantly about communication from one person to another. Now, Marshall McLuhan said the medium is the message. And like any shocking statement of that nature, it's both true and not true. It contains truth. And the shock is that, yes, it really does contain truth. And for people that produce PDFs to communicate, that medium is part of their message. And so forth. Now, in our case, we're sort of not trying to communicate subliminally. We're trying to sort of communicate mind to mind. We don't want to communicate, I'm rich and powerful, or you're powerful, or whatever. We're trying to sort of say, here's something that's quite nice, so I'd like to share it with you. And the typography is a servant to that goal. So I suppose one of the problems with tech is it's very easy to produce impressive looking pages and beautiful typography, but sometimes the communication could be improved. Whether you're sighted or blind, easy reading is hard writing, is I think one of the truths. And there's Pascal's famous, sorry, I wrote you a long letter. I didn't have time to write a short one. And that task of communication is what we should be focused on when we're writing, which is one of the reasons why I often write on paper rather than at a computer. So the output being print as one possibility rather than the only possibility is a big change. And giving some sort of, I won't say equal, but appropriate weight to all the outputs. And the outputs are PDF, Braille, speech, web page. And there's another output, which is spoken voice. Spoken voice is quite different from speech voice, if you like. So if we have an eye to all of those outputs, then we'll write differently than if our only eye is towards the PDF. I'll stop.
I agree entirely. I think we've constrained ourselves at times too much because we're wedded to the printed page.
Which has been very, very good to us. I can reach my bookshelf and get a copy of Dirac's Quantum Mechanics from 1930 because I have a copy of that.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for print and the non-development of computers, which are, of course, you know, I mean, I don't think we could imagine computers developing as they are now without quantum mechanics. But print has been very, very good to us in many, many ways, if you're sighted anyway.
I think there's that law that says yeah, the work of will expand to fit the time, and I wonder if, although we've done that, you know, the verbosity will expand to fit the page, or the presentation will expand to fit the page going on. The tools that we are using as our common tools are defining what we are doing a little bit too much in my view. You know, we are guided by the tools we have available. You know, I can break it back down to that lovely saying about hammers and nails, but you know, I do think we are, as humans collectively, very good at deciding we know how to do something, therefore we'll do it again and again and again, without stopping and saying, is the way we did it actually the most appropriate thing to be doing in this instance?
I don't think we need
Jonathan,
to,
I wanted to mention, we're talking about something that I remember being called multi-purposing of a document. And it looks to me like the R Markdown system that Yihwei showed us had those aspects. We're very conscious of multi-purposing being part of this picture right now. And as far as work expanding to fill the resources available,